All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I got the name Lucky, how I chose that name, why I chose that name, and the history behind that name. So to start off at the very beginning, obviously I've been playing games for years and years and years since I was a very little kid. One of the earliest first-person shooters I can remember loving was like 007 GoldenEye on Nintendo 64. But the first time I played a game or had a console where you had to choose a username was PlayStation 3. And at the time, the game that I was playing was Call of Duty World at War. Once I bought my own PS3, I bought a copy of Call of Duty World at War. And as soon as I logged in, I started to search for a name that I wanted. And I wanted to have the name Zombinator. It's cringy. I know, it's terrible. I regret it. And even more sad, the name Zombinator was taken. And so I had to go with this like cheeky way of using like two X's before the name and after the name just to get the name Zombinator that I desired. And the reason why I wanted the name Zombinator was because I liked playing Call of Duty Zombies so much. I really enjoyed the PvE side of Call of Duty more than the PvP at that point in time. And as time went on in that game, Call of Duty World at War, I played a little bit of PvP here and there, but overall, I was just genuinely way more excited for the PvE in that game than I was for the PvP. But then the next year came, and the next game that came out was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, there were no zombies. There was almost no PvE stuff in it at all. I think there was like a short campaign, but really there was no real replayable PvE. And whatever there was, it just wasn't nearly as good as Call of Duty Zombies. So I was basically like forced into, well, I guess I'll just play the PvP from this game then. And so from that, I began to play PvP a ton. I started off with Team Deathmatch, and then I would play Capture the Flag. And I bounced around between a variety of different playlists until I settled on one playlist that I really liked a lot, which was Search and Destroy. And I still remember it to this very day. The reason why I liked Search and Destroy was because it had just a lot more strategy than the other playlists. The other playlists, you would kind of just spawn in and just run and gun, and that was it. There was not really any sort of strategy to them, or at least that was my perception at that point in time. And when I played Search and Destroy, it definitely felt like there was a lot more strategy. The moment that I felt like there was a ton of strategy and it was really cool was when I watched someone plant the bomb in Search and Destroy. And this won't make much sense if you haven't played that game, but they planted the bomb and then they took C4 and they threw it on the ceiling and then ran away to a different location and then blew the C4 up when they heard someone going up to the bomb to defuse it. And I thought to myself, whoa, that was like 200 IQ. I love this playlist. I love that there's a little bit more strategy and a little bit of like a slower, more methodical pace to this playlist than the usual run and gun playlists like Team Deathmatch and Capture the Flag and so on and so forth, Domination, etc. So more and more, I got into Search and Destroy, and by playing it day after day after day, I would constantly run into similar people that also had a same Search and Destroy addiction. And I would befriend them and we would play together and we would group up into a team and we would go into Search and Destroy and we would just absolutely run through people. It got to the point where we would get online and we would play all night and we wouldn't even lose a single game of Search and Destroy. And then at some point during that, I forget how it all came about, but someone asked, why don't we run like a tournament in Search and Destroy on a site called Game Battles? And so we began to compete in these tournaments. In the first few games we played, we got absolutely destroyed. But after a while, we adapted and we got better. And throughout that experience, I ended up meeting more and more people. And it was around this time when I was in this sort of like competitive Call of Duty phase that I decided that I didn't really want the name Zombinator anymore because, well, I really wasn't even playing zombies at all. And not to mention, it was kind of a name that got teased because, you know, being a zombies player or being someone that likes the zombies would naturally get you teased a little bit by the PvP players, just like in Destiny, you know, PvP players teasing PvE players, etc. And so for that reason, I ended up changing my name in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 around 2009 or 2010 to Lucky. And the reason why is actually kind of cheeky. Often when you die in Call of Duty, you could hear the other people talking to you. And people would say stuff like, oh, dude, you just got so lucky. Or you're so lucky because you won that gunfight. And in my mind, as a teenager at the time, I thought to myself, how funny would it be if I beat someone in a 1v1 and they're like, oh, dude, you're so lucky. And I was just like, yeah, that's me. I don't know what I was thinking, okay? I don't know what I was thinking. It was one of those times in life where you, in your mind, you think this is such a good idea. This is such a great name. I'm going to love this name forever. But looking back at it now, is definitely not the best name. It doesn't really hold any true value or meaning to me, but I've had it for over a decade now, so I just stick with it. The name has become so ingrained into my life that almost all of my friends call me Lucky, and even my own mother calls me Lucky. So whether I wanted it or not, I'm stuck with this name for life. Let me know in the comment section below what your gamer tag is and how you got that gamer tag. What is the meaning behind your username online? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe with notifications on, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.